So yes, today we have with us Kaushal. He is an engineer. He did his engineering from Ramdev Baba Institute, Nagpur. In final year of engineering itself, he started preparing for CAT, and just after his engineering, he directly went to IIM Indore. So he is a fresher. So those who are fresher and those who are not, it will be very much beneficial if you interact with him. Right now, he's working with HDFC Limited. So yes, Kaushal. Now, where are you now, Kaushal? Mumbai or in Nagpur?
I'm in Nagpur right now.
Okay.
The team has started working from home, so it was possible for me to come.
Great. So yes, Kaushal, when did you start your preparation and how did you prepare? If you could elaborate on it.
Yes, so the CAT is around, during my time it was around December. It was in December. So I joined classes around Feb or March, around Feb end or March starting. So that at that time I was in sixth semester of my engineering. And during the initial days in my classes, I used to focus only on the topics that were covered in the class. Like if the percentages were covered, I used to do exercises on percentages on the material that they have given us. So once I started giving mocks, that was around, I would say, June, start of June. At that time, I saw that uh, uh, only covering the things in the class. I mean, you're not covering all the things in class that are going to come in the exam at that point of time. So once I started giving mocks, I saw that I'm not so good in verbal ability or reading comprehension. So then I started doing 2 RCs on my own daily. So yeah, that helped me a lot to move from a weakness to a strength point in reading comprehensions in the passages.
Yeah. So yes, Kaushal has scored 98.6, 98.7 percentile in CAT. He had calls from, from amongst the old IIMs, he had calls only from IIM Indore and he converted it. He had calls from SP, he had calls from SIBM, he also had calls from NMIMS, but IIM Indore was his best call, which he converted. Also, can you elaborate on your strategy? How did you prepare for DILR section?
Yes. So if I talk about the strategy of giving the paper, so once I had two strategies in my mind when I started. So first strategy was to go through the paper and see which sections are, which question sets are easier and try to solve them first. But when I used this strategy, I mean, I couldn't do the questions which were at a later stage because I had it in my mind that I have to go to some questions at the start of the section again.
Mm-hmm.
So that used to play in the back of my mind and I couldn't focus on the question which is on the screen. Mm-hmm. So then I changed. I started doing questions as they came.
Okay. No, and also I am asking you about your preparation. How did you prepare for QA section or for DI section? Preparation we are talking about.
Yes. So I comparatively, I was much more confident in QA and DLR as compared to VARC. So whenever there used to be the sessions in my tuition, so I used to do those exercises as and when they used to happen. So I never used to go beyond what was taught in the, I would say, the study material. The study material was much more than enough for me. And it was comprehensive, like it had 3 levels of test in that: easy, medium, and high. And I wouldn't focus much more on the easy sections. Some out of 25 I was to do 4, 5, 6 questions. But I used to religiously do medium and high level questions because that's where I think you gain over the much more of the participants that are given.
Yeah.
That I would like to say here, whenever you are doing Quant and DILR questions, please keep a note on the formulas that you are going to use. It is not like you're doing percentages and you keep it somewhere else, and then after 1 month you see that you're not remembering anything. If
Okay.
you make a formula book of your own, that is going to help you a lot when you're going to give your exam. And that is the one thing I see that it helped me a lot.
Yes. So the points which we can note that Kaushal never kept a backlog. Whatever was taught in the class, he used to cover it as soon as possible. Also, he made the notes, short notes, so that he could refer it later. Yeah. About how many mocks you gave for CAT?
Sorry.
How many mocks you gave? CAT mocks?
I gave a minimum of 25. I would say.
25 mocks.
Minimum 25. Initially, I used to give weekly or bi-weekly one. Then towards the end, like in November, I used to give one in 2-3 days.
So in a week,
I
you
would
do
like to
2 days.
focus. Yeah, like focus on more thing. We had giving mock is just 50% of the things. Analyzing that mock is the other 50%, and it is the more important 50%. Because in giving that you just do your score, but once you analyze.
Kaushal, I think your
I think my
network is not
internet
proper.
connection was unstable. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying that giving the mock was just the 50% of things, and analyzing the mock is the more important 50% of the things. So once you give the mock, you should put much more time in analyzing that mock. And initially, I found that this is a learning that I would like to give to the students present, that the mocks, analyzing these mocks, initially I didn't used to do it, but when I started doing it, it completely changed my strategy to appear for exams. Because once you see these solutions, you either, if the question that you've attempted is right, you will either know a better way to do that question, you will either know a formula to do that question, and obviously the questions that where you went wrong, that is obviously there. And these focus on your weaknesses, I would like to say. Do not, this is not the time to focus on your strengths. This is the time to focus on your weaknesses.
So, Kaushal, I just want to ask one question, referring to our yesterday's discussion with Yash. So, regarding mocks,
Yes.
he used to keep a track of all the score-wise, section-wise score. As in,
Yes.
out of 34 sections in QA, let us say in mock 1, he solved around 10 questions. Then in second mock, he solved around 12 questions. And he used to keep a track on paper. So, did you follow something similar like that?
Sorry, I didn't get if you get in that.
Sorry?
I didn't get your question, Aditya.
Okay. So, you said you had taken more than 20 mocks, right? So, did you keep a track of your section-wise score and how many number of questions you solved in each and every section, like that?
Yes. Yes. So one more important thing that I would like to throw some light on. So once I started giving mocks, I saw that I couldn't have that verbal ability is not my cup of tea. That, then I focused a lot on verbal ability. Still, after a month or so, I was not able to solve more than 3 or 4 questions. So then I took a decision that it is not as significant in improving the overall score form. This is my personal opinion that I would like to suggest here. So I dropped verbal ability. Initially, when I used to give the verbal VARC section, I used to devote 45 minutes to RC and 15 minutes to verbal. Then I saw that if you want to solve verbal ability questions, they can be solved within 30-40 seconds And if you're taking much more time than that, then it is not worth it. So then, so what happened that my RC section used to be a bit rushed into. So then I changed my strategy. I gave much more time, like 50-52 minutes to RC sections, and whatever I used to do in verbal ability section, that used to be a bonus for me.
Yeah. And did you keep track of your scores? I mean, 1 to 25?
Yes, yes. So whenever like I used to keep the track of my scores in terms of the rank that I used to get. So that was so it was never about solving too many questions for me. It was about getting the solved questions right. Never, again, one thing that I would like to say here, that never go with a pre-decided set of questions that you have to solve. Like, don't think that you have to solve 20 questions or 22 questions. Because I used to, in my CAT, I used to solve around 20-22 questions in DILR in my mocks. But the DILR section during my time was so difficult. I solved around 10-12 and I got around 19%. So
yeah, I mean the level of difficulty also
yeah,
is affected. Yeah.
So,
About your
I just continue with my question. So Kaushal, as you prepared during your along with your graduation, right, when you were in final year. So there are a lot
yes,
of
yes.
students who can relate with you, because there are a lot of students who are in final year and they are going to graduate in 2021.
Yes,
So
yes.
how did you manage your studies and preparation of CAT? Because in final year you had a lot of assignments, you have a lot of vivas, plus placements are also going on. So how did you manage all?
Yes,
also you
yes.
must be
So
having your
first I would
project going on.
like,
Final year project is
first I
also
would like
going
to, yeah. So yeah, going through my routine, my initially, not initially, so here, my college used to start at around 7:30 and I used to come back at around 2. So, and my classes used to be in the evening, around 6:30 to 8. So from coming back to college and till the class, I used to get a good 2.5 hours to study. And again, coming back from class, I used to revise the things that were taught to me in that class. So mostly we used to solve a DPP in that class, like daily practice problems. They used to solve it. And most of the, I would say, the good questions that used to be in the DPP, not in the exercise. They used to be there in the study material, but the DPP problems were something else. They really used to be very good to build the concept. So again, from coming back to the class, I used to get around 2 to 3 hours to study. So daily, I used to study for around 3-4 hours. So, but
yeah.
again, this is not about the quantity of the hours that you are putting.
Yes.
It is about the quality of the hours that you're putting. And
Yes.
again, I would like to say this, that goal setting is very important. That you need to know that I have to study these many topics today, and you have to study those topics today. If you're deciding that you have to solve 50 questions, please don't sleep before solving those 50 questions. Again, most ethical advice that I would like to give you guys here, but in my college, there were some lectures that where I can go to the class bench and solve questions. So, I used, but I'm not endorsing it. It's completely fine if you guys don't do it, but
Correct. Also, I mean, yeah, about the classroom, I mean, whenever you used to get time, you used to prepare. That is what you are saying.
yeah, absolutely.
And were you into reading novels or newspaper?
No. Yeah. So this what reading a novel and newspaper for me was, I felt it like passive reading. and reading. That's why I shifted to reading 2 or 3 RCs daily. That was a type of active reading for me. So like when I'm reading RC, I'm concentrating on that. Novel or in newspaper, I'm not concentrating that much. So this is my personal opinion. This is, but so that's why I went to reading RCs much more regularly than reading a novel or a newspaper.
So, guys, this is a very, very important for you, very, very important point for you. All those who attended yesterday's session, Yash highlighted on the fact that he used to read newspapers, correct? And Kaushal is highlighting on the fact that he used to read 2, 3 RCs per day. So you have to identify the similarities between these two personalities, that they identified their strengths or their areas of interest. Correct? Kaushal knew that he is not very much into reading the novels or newspapers, which is kind of passivity. Correct? So you have to understand, but still work upon your weaknesses.
Yes. Also, these are the success stories which we are telling you. The success story, the path of each success is different. You have to identify your own path. है ना?
Correct.
Both of them. The person we talked to yesterday is going to IIM Lucknow. The person we are talking to today is an alumni of IIM Indore. So both are success stories according to us. But the path which they chose, what little bit different. They suited their personality. They chose how to study according to their personality and then conquered what they have conquered. So you have to gauge what you are good in or what you are bad in and then focus on it. Also, one more point which Kaushal has highlighted over here is that this is the time to focus on your weaknesses. So whenever you will be focusing, I mean, in later stages, in September, October, we'll be focusing only on our strength points. But now you can work on your weaknesses. CAT is still 5-6 months away. You can still focus on your weaknesses. So yes, Kaushal, can you tell something about your life? I mean, can you motivate our students? How was your life in IIM Indore?
Yeah, sure. So the life in IIM Indore was a roller coaster ride. I mean, just like a roller coaster ride, you see lots of ups and downs in those 2 years. And at the end of the roller, just like that, you will have a smile on your face.
Yes.
So, yes. So, yeah, like if I talk about academics, yes, there are a lot of people coming from good IIMs, good IITs, good NITs, and the student set there is very, very intelligent. I mean, if you have a discussion with a group of students from college, from a good B school, you will definitely gain from that discussion. And the connections that I've made there in the students, the faculties, and I happened to win a competition there. It was conducted by Airtel, and I was the the campus winner there. And I had to present in front of around 300-400 people, and that was an experience in itself. The experience that you get, and I would say that these were the best 2 years of my life.
Correct. And what would you like to say on the life after IIM? Because you have got that tag, right?
Yes, yes.
And you are now working
So,
with HDFC. So how does it feel?
yes. So, yeah. So the life after IIM is once you get in the job. So people are all like, okay, so you are from an IIM, so you know things. You should tell us things. So yeah. So that expectation is always there, and not necessary that you will always be true to that expectation. No, just coming to an IIM doesn't mean that you're a god. It's not that you will know everything. So yeah, that expectation plays a part. But if I want to say that the connections that I've made, that I just pointed out earlier, I know people in my team who are my seniors, who used to be IIM Indore alumni. I know people in the other team in other organizations. So yeah, you need you get to know a lot of things happening in and around the industry. Like personally, I am into financial. So yeah, I have talking with people in other companies, in other banks, my alums, my seniors. So you get to know a lot about the industry.
Mhm.
And I would like to motivate on your personal life as well. Like जैसे आपका family में वगैरह जब your relatives, your cousins, or your juniors will look at you from a different perspective with a very high level of respect, correct? So how does it feel?
Yes, 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 yes. Hello.
So
Your question was not really audible to.
Okay, so how does it feel when you interact with your family members or your relatives, and they interact with you from a completely different perspective now?
Hmm.
Prior to getting the tag of IM, you were a normal engineer for them, correct? जब ये हर एक के family में there are more
Yes,
than 1 dozen engineers now,
yes, yes,
but
yes.
after getting the tag of IM now, how do you feel it?
Uh, yes. So initially, I used to fly a bit, but then I saw people around me. I saw people in my office. They were mostly from other IIMs and good people. So it's not that I'm the most unique person in this city or in my family. There are others as well. So it's important to.
I guess your network
Yes,
is
my connection was a bit unstable. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. So I was saying that it is important to keep your feet on the ground. Whatever you achieve, there are 10 people more successful than you.
right.
So so that's always look up and not down. I would say.
Correct. Yes, guys, if you have any question, you can ask it to Kaushal.
All the freshers who are preparing for CAT 2020, or all the repeaters who appeared for previous CAT and still going to appear for CAT 2020, you can ask any question. He is here to interact with you.
Yeah, one more thing that I would like to tell the students here is whenever you're giving up mocks, you should know how to when to leave the questions. अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो छोड़ दो, आगे बढ़ो. उसके don't take it on your ego to solve that question. You're not winning there.
Correct.
And one more thing, that now is a really good time to do MBA, because the current scenario, if you see, there are lots of job loss, pay cuts, the unemployment rate is high, and if you see at the economic cycle, it follows it 2 3 years of up and 2 3 years of down. 2 3 like 17 18 were good years, 19 20 were not so good years, and 21 is going to be a washout. So if you start doing your MBA now, you will be graduating in 2022 or 23, I would say. And those will be superb years for the economy, and the companies will be expanding a lot during that time. And there will be a job market will be superb during that time.
Mm. So yes.
I guess our students are already enlightened with your words. Nobody has any question.
So then we'll wind it up here, sir. Do you have any
Sure.
questions? So yes, Kaushal, we have seen your journey from 1 second. Someone is joining. Yeah, Kaushal, we have seen your journey, and
Yes.
we have closely seen your journey, both of us.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
from a 3 lakh rupees job in Infosys, I guess, Infosys, or
Yeah. I had an
yeah,
offer from Info.
you had an offer from Infosys after your graduation, and
Yes.
you then still prepared for CAT, scored good over there, and then went to Amindor.
Yes.
So it feels really nice to hear from you. I am definitely sure that
Mhm.
most of our students have gained a lot from it. We'll definitely be in connect in 1 or 2 months. We'll connect once again, and at that time we'll be talking a lot more about the mock strategies. Uh,
Yes, yes.
anything, any last word of advice you would like to give to our students?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So, one thing that I missed out when I was talking about my life in IIM, that I'm very happy with my personal development. Like 2 3 years ago, if you would have asked me to speak in front of 25 people, I would have cried the night before. But right now, when I speak, the confidence level I see at my confidence level, I'm very proud of about myself as well. That I was a shy and introvert type of guy. I still love my me time, but still I'm not I don't take a step back when I want to have a communication or a discussion with someone.
Great.
Again, uh, one thing to the students who all are listening, do not think about your interview right now. Do not think about the stream that you are going to choose in your MBA. This is not the time to think about those things. This is the time to think about only about your cat. So once your cat gets over, we will have time for that, and we will definitely help you with that. So please focus only on your cat, only on those three sections, and nothing else. Not the interview, not the stream that you are going to select.
Great.
Yeah.
Because you will
So
get into that stream once you get into the good college.
yeah. Once you get into the college, you will get a much better idea on which stream you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
yeah, that was a heavy dose for a Sunday evening. So yeah, that was all from my side.
yeah, thank you so much, Kaushal, and we'll
Yeah, yeah,
keep in touch. Thank you so much for your time on a Sunday evening. I must
yeah.
be, you must be spending time with your family, but thank you so much for giving us half an hour of your time. We'll get
Definitely.
back to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.